Well, good evening, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office. It is Sunday evening. It's the 30th day of April, 2023, and this is the evening briefing, getting you ready for what's in store for the week ahead. Quite a change over the weekend. Sacramento on Saturday saw a high of 90. Today, a high of 76, a drop of 14 degrees. And we'll see further cooling as we head through the next couple of days. It looks as though valley temperatures, especially in areas like Sacramento County, Yolo County, might continue to see daytime highs only in the upper 60s to around 70. And we're now at a time of year as we start the month of May where the average daytime high is around 77, soon to be 78 degrees. So we've gone from temperatures that have been above average to temperatures that are going to be below average. The month of April, all in all, for downtown Sacramento is coming in slightly warmer than average, which is amazing because the first couple of weeks were so far below average. And we've had a high. During the month of April, Sacramento saw one day with a high of 59 and another day with a high of 93. A difference of 34 degrees in your daytime highs. That's classic April weather. And some of that's going to carry into the month of May as well. So let's get to the overall big picture and about how things are going to be changing here over the next couple of days. So this is the picture of what's happening right now. This deep trough that's beginning to dig into the western states, that's ushering in the cooler air that we're seeing right now. And as we head into the day tomorrow, we'll see this trough just come down our way. And then over the next couple of days, this low just spins around. It has cold air. It'll bring some instability showers. Don't know if we're going to see any thunderstorms, but that's certainly a possibility. But what we're going to see is on again, off again showers with this sort of a weather pattern. Not all day rains, and some areas may miss rain completely this week. But this is getting into the day Wednesday. This is now Thursday, that low still in the area, keeping temperatures below average. And then this is all the way into Friday. The low begins to move out only to be replaced by another cold, deep trough. This is getting into next weekend. So with this sort of weather pattern around, you see temperatures at or below average, maybe not warming up until you get to this flat sort of ridge, and that's a week from Tuesday. And if you go farther down the road, well, it looks like we have more of these deep troughs that come our way, trying to keep temperatures down. So the bottom line here is that for the next couple of weeks, most likely, the models kind of go back and forth on this, but it doesn't look as though we'll see anything in the way of daytime highs in the 90s again for a while. A couple of things about that is, obviously, I know a lot of you don't like the temperatures in the 90s just yet, but we certainly did get a preview of that. But the other thing that's going to be doing is going to be slowing down the snow melt. So an update here for you on Yosemite. Remember last week we were talking about Yosemite closing, and it did. Part of the park did close. But as of tomorrow, it reopens. And this is where the river went over the course of the weekend. Not quite getting to flood stage. It'll be a little bit lower than that tomorrow. And then look at the forecast going forward. That line just dropping way down. The colder air slowing down the snow melt as we go through this week. And with the cooler temperatures likely staying around for the next couple of weeks, the snow melt will likely not be an issue for a while. It'll continue to happen, but it'll happen at a much slower pace than what we saw last week. So the flood concerns in the Sierra will be diminishing, at least for a while. All right, let's talk about these temperatures aloft and how this cold air is going to be moving in. These are temperatures around 10,000 feet, and this is where we have been this afternoon, and the temperatures are above 0 degrees Celsius. That's not, while it's not overly warm, it's not cold. But this clearly shows the colder air moving in. This is during the day on Monday. This white line that you see right here, that's where the 0 line is. And you can see these blue colors. That is colder air. So with that in place, we do see the temperatures staying in the 60s. And this is really cold air on Tuesday. This area of purple, magenta, not quite sure what that is, minus 11. So that's from what we have right now, a 14 degrees Celsius drop in the temperatures at 10,000 feet. And that does get reflected down at the surface, and that keeps our temperatures quite cool, keeps the air relatively unstable, but also relatively dry. And you can see that cold air just sticks around all the way through the day on Thursday. That 0 line is driven all the way down into Southern California. So this cool air is going to be felt statewide. So it does include Southern California. Now, what about shower chances? Well, as we get into the day on Monday, this is Monday night. Maybe a little bit of rain here and there, some light snow. It looks as though the best chance of rain is going to be on Tuesday. This is Tuesday. Maybe a little bit of snow in the mountains. But this sort of pattern isn't very conducive to producing widespread rain or steady rain. But for our area, throughout this week, you have to be prepared for the chance of an occasional shower. Let me just change this up just one little bit so that we can I can show you the total precip accumulation. And this is through the end of the week. And as I scroll over this is all the way through the day on Thursday. And as you can see over the valley, it's 1/10 of an inch of rain at best. In the Sierra, it is much better than that, but that's probably overdone. And there are also some spots down on the Central Coast that are probably going to see a bit more in the way of wet weather. So if you're going to be in Monterey, Carmel this week, as well as down toward Big Sur, you probably have a better chance of rain than what we have coming up in the Central Valley. So the bottom line for the week is that it's going to be cooler, no 90s, chances of showers, and occasional snow in the Sierra above, let's say, about 5,500 feet. The precip, I think, is going to have to be monitored kind of on a day-by-day basis, so it's too early to tell you if it's going to rain at your house at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning, let's say. It's just too early to be able to make that call just because of the showery nature of what we're going to be seeing. So that's going to be our challenge this week, is trying to track down precip and when it may be raining and impacting you. But the thing for everybody, and the thing that we'll all notice throughout the week, is the cooler weather that's likely going to stick around until next weekend. I think next weekend will be dry, but we would see temperatures that will not be near as warm as what we saw this weekend. So that's everything I've got for you on this Sunday evening. Hope you've had a great weekend and look forward to this week ahead. I'll have another update for you first thing tomorrow morning, and maybe you'll be able to nail down some of the precip expectations that we're expecting, especially for the next 48 hours. So have a great evening. I'll talk to you later.